Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about SpaceX Starlink mission, specifically about its most recent launch of 2022. On Wednesday, the 9th of March, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket filled with 48 satellites into space, marking the company's 10th launch in as many weeks of 2022. The used Falcon 9 was on its 4th trip to space, which lofted Starlink satellites into orbit. The two-stage Falcon 9 rocket launched 48 Starlink satellites into orbit from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida at 8:45 a.m. EST, 15:45 GMT. The rocket's first stage then returned to Earth for a smooth touchdown at sea on the SpaceX drone ship, a Shortfall of Gravitas. What is Starlink Satellites' relation to Russia and Ukraine? SpaceX's launch director said just before launch, "Time to let the American broomstick fly and hear the sounds of freedom." The call was an apparent response to Russian Space Agency Chief Dmitry Rogozin, who said, "Let them fly on something else, their broomsticks," last week after Russia halted sales of its rocket engines to U.S. launch providers amid economic sanctions following the country's invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has leaned into Rogozin's comments, calling the Falcon 9 the workhorse vehicle of SpaceX's reusable fleet, a dependable American broomstick, in a Twitter post last week. SpaceX has also provided Starlink terminals to Ukraine to help restore communications and internet service across the country, and is focusing on cybersecurity to prevent jamming of those terminals. It is worth mentioning that the Starlink satellites have gained extra importance as it is currently helping out Ukraine by providing internet to its citizens amid the armed conflict with Russia. SpaceX offered its help by activating the Starlink satellites over Ukraine after the country's Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov requested Elon Musk for his broadband service. While the company is playing a crucial role in aiding the people of Ukraine, Starlink has emerged as a problem lately after NASA and many astronomers complained about the rising traffic in low Earth orbit. If you are with us now and watching the video, please show us support by hitting the bell icon and subscribing to our channel. What is Starlink and what is its mission? SpaceX's Starlink is the constellation of networked satellites aimed to provide internet services to those who are not yet connected and to provide reliable and affordable internet across the globe. SpaceX is aiming to launch more rockets in 2022 than it has in any year past, and with today's successful Starlink launch, it's well on its way to reaching that goal. Starlink satellites have now joined 2,000 plus others in the program's first-generation constellation, orbiting Earth since 2019, providing high-speed, low-latency internet across the globe, even in remote regions. Starlink is currently approved to expand its constellation to 12,000 satellites, though SpaceX has applied to launch a further 30,000. Wednesday's Starlink mission, called Starlink 410, marked the 41st flight for the mega constellation. But not all of the missions were entirely successful. On February 3rd, a launch brought 49 Starlink satellites to space, but 38 of them failed to reach their intended orbit due to a geomagnetic storm, burning up as they re-entered Earth's atmosphere. SpaceX maintains that the issue is not a major setback. "We have the capacity to build up to 45 satellites per week, and we have launched up to 240 satellites in a single month," the company said in a February 22nd statement about Starlink's sustainability and safety. Falcon 9 fourth flight. Wednesday's launch marked the fourth flight and landing for this particular Falcon 9 first stage, SpaceX has said. The booster also launched the Arabsat 6A mission in April 2019, the Space Test Program 2 STP-2 flight for the U.S. military in June 2019, and the Italian Earth observation satellite Cosmo SkyMed second-generation FM2 in January. The first two missions on that list, Arabsat 6A and STP-2, were flown by SpaceX's huge Falcon Heavy rocket, which consists of 3 Falcon 9 cores strapped together, the central one topped by a second stage. Cosmo SkyMed second-generation FM2 was flown by a Falcon 9. Arcing over the Atlantic Ocean, the rocket's first-stage booster turned off its main engines and separated from the Falcon 9's upper stage at T+2 minutes 34 seconds. While the second stage powered into orbit with the 48 Starlink satellites, the first stage came back to Earth for a landing on SpaceX's drone ship, a Shortfall of Gravitas, parked in the Atlantic northeast of the Bahamas. What do you think about SpaceX Starlink mission? Let us know about your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.